With the impeachment trial proceeding and news being updated every minute, it's hard to paint a full picture of what is going on in Washington, D.C. What makes it even harder for viewers is when the president himself utilizes plausible deniability to blur the narrative. So, what is plausible deniability, and how is Trump using it today? Plausible deniability is a discursive strategy that shirks responsibility for things we have previously said or done.
Well, I didn't say that.
I didn't say that, they did.
But I didn't do it. I didn't threaten anybody.
Politicians are well known for playing language games that allow them to variously communicate or deny controversial claims. Donald Trump has utilized plausible deniability, top-down silencing, and conversational implicature to weaken his personal responsibility for his charged statements. One of the simplest examples of Trump's use of plausible deniability is his lost campaign promise to have Mexico build his infamous wall. In early February of 2016, Trump was on the campaign trail in New Hampshire. There he announces his plans for the wall.
We're going to build a wall. It's going to be built.
That month, during the Republican debate, Trump responded to the former Mexican president's commentary, defending that he will build that wall and Americans wouldn't be footing the bill.
He said, "I'm not going to pay for that, quote, effing wall." So if you don't get an actual check from the Mexican government for $8 or $10 or $12 billion, whatever it will cost, how are you going to make them pay for the wall?
I will, and the wall just got 10 feet taller, believe me.
Trump later in August continues to reiterate that he will build the wall and that Mexico will pay for it.
We will build a great wall along the southern border, and Mexico will pay for the wall.
After being elected, finally in 2017, Trump announces the building of the wall.
Beginning today, the United States of America gets back control of its borders, gets back its borders.
Later, Trump shuts down the government for 35 days, threatening to veto any bill until his $5.7 billion bill to build the wall is included.
I am proud to shut down the government for border security.
Finally, other funds were diverted in July and September, adding up to $6.2 billion American tax dollars going towards the wall. But wait, wasn't Mexico supposed to pay for it?
When during the campaign, I would say Mexico's going to pay for it. Obviously, I never said this, and I never meant they're going to write out a check. I said they're going to pay for it. They are.
What you just saw is conversational implicature, which is the way language can implicitly convey a meaning without stating that meaning in so many words. What is meant, in practical terms, may not always coincide with what is said in literal terms. So while Trump could have originally meant in 2016 that Mexico would monetarily pay for the wall, he can later create a double meaning to blur the effect of his promises. Conversational implicature is what Trump is betting on to remain in office. A more recent example in the Ukraine call transcripts, Trump tells the president of Ukraine, Biden went around bragging that he stopped the prosecution, so if you can look into it. It sounds horrible to me. While Trump does not directly ask President Zelensky to look into his political opponent, he suggests it instead using weak verbiage and incomplete phrases. Using $391 million of already approved military aid as leverage, Trump attempted to get Zelensky to announce an investigation into the Bidens.
I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
In this instance, to defend himself, Trump concluded that the presidential office has the absolute right, including asking or suggesting to foreign countries to investigate whomever he so chooses, a statement most found controversial with the upcoming 2020 election. Another way Trump builds up his deniability is through the use of omerta. Omerta is defined by the Merriam-Webster dictionary as a code of silence stemming from mobsters. It encapsulates the age-old saying, see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. NPR released an article in March of this year discussing how Michael Cohen's powerful testimony, calling Donald Trump a, quote, con man, was parallel to how omerta was broken, with Trump calling Cohen a rat. In the current news, Senator Lindsey Graham played an integral role in Trump's top-down silencing, when he told multiple reporters he wasn't even going to bother reading the Ukraine transcripts.
Do you plan on reading these transcripts that were released?
No.
So while Representative Graham has a responsibility to protect the Constitution and his voters, he chooses to publicly turn a blind eye and embody the see no evil component of omerta. The GOP, which has been involved in the impeachment inquiry,
I'm announcing the House of Representatives moving forward with an official impeachment inquiry,
has become the embodiment of the speak no evil component of omerta, wherein their defense pushes Trump's supposed innocence and propagates conspiracy theories which would defend Trump's interest in Ukraine.
I think both Russia and Ukraine meddled in the 2016 election.
Recently, with the impeachment proceedings, Rudy Giuliani, Trump's personal attorney, has come under fire for his involvement with Ukraine. CBS reported that over the past 2 months, several current and former administration officials have confirmed Giuliani played an outsized role in the U.S.-Ukraine relationship. That there was a campaign by Mr. Trump and his allies, led by Giuliani, to pressure the Ukrainian government for political favors. However, Trump had to distance himself from his attorney to deny any foreign collusion and also maintain his deniability.
I know he was going to go to Ukraine, and I think he canceled the trip. But, Rudy has other clients other than me.
This lack of accountability, a sort of pseudo-ownership of words to say the charged phrase, then to shed responsibility of it, is a commonality throughout American politics. While Donald Trump may be a very clear example of plausible deniability, many use it to shed responsibility and blur the narrative.